Hi guys, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. So today I'm back with another video where I am no longer talking about makeup. Today I'm actually going to be talking about hair. So my last video, I thank you guys for being so kind and actually tuning in and subscribing to my channel. So make sure you do the same thing for this video, because I'm going to be doing videos every single week. So if you guys have suggestions on what I should do a video on, comment below or message me, whatever you want to do, but just let me know what you think I should do. But for today, I'm going to be making a video on blending that hair and also laying those edges. Okay, just make sure you guys tune in and subscribe. Also make sure you like the video. Let me know if you have any tips or anything in the comments. Thank you. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out my leave out, and right here I'm just making sure that I kind of have an idea of where I want my part to go along with my edges. So I kind of just parting right here just to get an idea, and then I'm also going to start with the back. Just to make sure that all those tracks that are back there are covered, because you don't want to make a straight part and there's nothing covering the back where your tracks are. So you always want to make sure you have something covering back there. Alright, now what you see me here doing here is actually combing out the section that I want covering the tracks, going over it a few times at the roots, and pulling it down and flat ironing. So you want to always make sure that after you do that, you're combing out your actual leave out so that it will blend flawlessly with the weave. You want to make sure that you keep on patting it, make sure you keep pulling it down, make sure you keep brushing it just to make sure that it is smooth. Now you may notice a little couple of pieces in this section was not always as smooth, but what happens is we're going to go ahead and fix that at the end with the grease that we have, because that's going to make sure that everything is laid down. So at this time I'm actually going in to make sure I can go ahead and part my hair where I want the side part to fall. So you're going to see me adjusting this a few times. This is not, you don't have to do it just like me, but I do like a curved part, so that's why I went ahead and went for that look. I did curve my rat tail comb. You always want to make sure you're using the rat tail when you're doing a part, because if you use any thicker end to any comb, it will be a bumpy and not straight part. So you do not want that. You want to make sure your part is as smooth and straight as possible. So once you've parted everything, make sure you comb everything out, and this is what you'll have here, a part. Now, okay, and here you will see me going down and parting everything. I want to make sure that I'm parting small sections so that I'm not getting clumpy flat irons. What you don't want to do is part too much of your hair and then you have to flat iron it and it's poofy. So you want to make sure that it's as small as you can. You want to part everything. Make sure that, again, you are combing through and making sure that it's blending with your hair. And we're going to do that to this side along with the other side. So you will see me doing that here. Additionally, you want to make sure when you do part something, you do take a piece of your hair and grab another section of the weave and flat iron it together and go ahead and comb it all together, because that will help with the blending. So here I actually just finished doing the entire section, so you're just going to keep repeating that parting until it looks like this. Alright, so now you're going to see me starting on the other side. We're going to do the exact same thing that we did to the right side of your head to the left. You're going to make sure that you always comb. Combing is the key with this blending thing, because you want to make sure that your hair falls evenly with the weave, even if your hair is a little bit shorter than your weave. So you're going to section it off just like we did the other side, and you're going to comb through. I also clipped down the piece that I was not flat ironing at the moment, just so I wouldn't get confused and have it tangled up in this section. And you're going to go ahead and go over the roots a couple of times. Guys, I do that every time I flat iron my hair, just so that you can make sure your roots is as straight as possible. And you're going to keep going ahead to do that. And like I said, combing is key. So you want to keep combing your hair all around just to make sure that it's all blending and it's all laying down flat. And now what you'll be noticing is that I'm going to be sectioning off my edges so that I will not have that flat iron. I do not like to add a lot of heat to my edges, only because I want to make sure that they are not falling out and that I do still have my edges, because we know how important edges are to females. So make sure that you part your edges. I went ahead and twisted that apart so that I can know what is what. Keep that away from my leave out that I'm going to be flat ironing. I went ahead and used a bobby pin there just to clip it off to the side. And now we're going to go ahead and go back in doing what we have been doing, combing and blending the leave out by flat ironing it and combing it again. So you'll see me doing that here. Alrighty, so once you have everything blended, you want to make sure that you go over any piece that is out, because you want to make sure that it is laying flat with the weave at all times. And like I said, comb, comb, comb. Keep combing, make sure that everything looks right, nothing is poking out, nothing's sticking out. If something is looking a little bit rough or not as flat as you would like, don't worry about it, because we're going to brush it out like you see me doing, and then we're going to add the grease a little bit later to make sure that it lays flat. So you want to make sure you keep brushing your hair. You want to make sure that everything is down and flat and as smooth as possible, and then we will go ahead and move on to the edges. Alright, and now we're going to go in with the rat tail comb, and we're going to comb out the edges, make sure there are no kinks, no tangles, and we're ready to start with the edges. Now we're going to use our Eco Styler gel. That's what I use first to lay everything down, because again, it does flatten out everything, but then I go back in with my edge wax to make sure that it is hard and it's secure. So we're going to go ahead and use just a dab of the Eco Styler gel. We're going to go ahead and put that on our edges, and we're going to use the Eco Styler gel in sections. So you're only going to put a little bit at a time. So as you can see, I put a small dab here, and you're going to apply it in sections. So you're not going to go all the way down with the product. You're just going to use a little bit at a time, and that helps with not having so much product buildup, and also not having caked up edges, because you do not want caked up edges. Alright, now we're going to go with the edge wax, and like I said, this is what makes it hard and makes it stay for me, because with the Eco Styler gel, my hair will wave up. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, so I just would like to not take that chance and have wavy edges, and I will go ahead and use the edge wax to make it hard and make sure that it's secure. I go over this a couple of times. I do still use sections, and I do not use a lot at a time, so I do it in parts. I do use my finger to smudge it down a little bit, just so that it is sticking and it is staying down. Also want to make sure that you cover each and every single piece of your edges. Try not to pull any hair from your leave out, because you definitely do not want that in there. You're going to mess up your part. And from here, this is kind of like customization. I do what I want with my edges. I like the little swoop. Sometimes the swoop does not come out right, so you have to keep trying it a couple times, but you can do your edges however you would like. But I do know that using the mixture of Eco Styler gel and edge wax is what will make your edges stay hard and stay firm. So after you have done your swoops or whatever you would like to do, you can continue. And so from here, I'm making sure that it's all smooth. You look nice and smooth there. And now we're done. So we're going to go ahead and pull off the clip, and we're going to comb out our hair. Just make sure that everything is laying flat. And we're also going to brush. So brush, 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 and that helps make sure that everything is smooth. Alrighty, now after that is brushed out, we're going to use our grease, and that is going to help us lay every flyaway down. I know you guys see that one in the front. Helps smooth everything out, and with this product, a little goes a long way. You do not want greasy weave or greasy leave out. So what you want to use is just a tad bit, and honestly, that little dab that I used was more than enough to make sure that my hair looks smooth. And this also helps with making sure it looks real. So most people's hair does not look ashy and dry when they have flat irons, and especially people with extremely long hair like this. So you want to make sure that you're keeping yours moisturized and hydrated as well, so that you are looking as real and genuine as possible. Alright girls, so now it's time for that scarf. So we're going to go ahead and tie that up on our head. I'm sure you guys don't need me to tell you how to tie your scarf, but just make sure that there's no hair under the scarf, because you don't want any dents or bends in your hair. You want to make sure it's flat. So once that's done, we're going to brush that out. Alright, now it's time for us to take that scarf off, and this is where we're going to see the final product. So once you take it off, you might have a couple of dents and bends here and there, but you want to make sure that you comb everything out. Now I usually leave my scarf on for about 5 to 10 minutes, but if I have extra time and I'm about to do my makeup, I will definitely leave it on longer. But here's the finished product. After having that grease in there, everything looks nice and natural. Your part looks very hydrated, and now you are ready to go. So girl, you are flat, you are slaying, and your hair is blended, honey. Yes. So just make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.